that I think a scrunchie can be considered an accessory. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be filming this right now. For those of you that know me, you know I'm totally crapping my pants right now because I wanted to do this forever. Like forever. Probably about like 5 years now. For this first video, I basically just wanted to give you guys a background on how I got right here. Just a little bit of information about me, and after the whole deep, intense story about my life, you're gonna see a makeup tutorial on this look that you see right here. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Show your love. Give it to your girl. I worked very hard on this video. I've done a lot. I've invested a lot. So I'm dedicated. I'm ready. Let's do this. So basically how I got into makeup was back in like 5th grade probably. My face broke out super bad. I mean probably about 50 or 60 pimples on my face at one time. I went to a private Christian school, so I was not allowed to wear makeup until 7th grade. So I was kind of stuck in between 5th and 6th grade with just horrible skin. Just complete horrible, embarrassing. I didn't want to leave my house. One of my teachers actually called me pizza face, which he was a huge jokester. I don't think he meant it to come off that way, but you know, that stuff really sticks with you, and it's just, I don't know, it's just one of those things. So I remember the day before 7th grade, like the night before, I literally YouTubed how to cover up pimples, plain and simple. And this one particular video popped up, and it was this makeup artist who did weddings, and for the first time she came on camera barefaced and her skin looked just like mine, and I felt like I wasn't alone, which was like the greatest thing on top of everything. But she came on barefaced and she basically went through her entire beauty routine on her face, and then she went in with like makeup and foundation and little tips and tricks how to cover it. As I got a little bit older, I stopped focusing mainly on my face and then started getting more into eyeshadow. As I got even older, I was like, okay. Bought all these new products, I tried new stuff out, I played around with different colors, I just got more interested, more invested, and here I am. I hope this channel can be a help to anybody who needs it, especially for people with skin issues, because I feel you on a deep level, it sucks. There is a lot of people who experience really bad skin, and then on the other hand, there's a lot of people who don't experience it at all, and it sucks. I hope to be a guide to people who want to try to cover up pimples, who want to feel more confident in themselves. I totally get it. I was totally there, and I'm still there sometimes. Like, my face is not super bad right now, but it gets there sometimes. So I'm going to stop babbling. I just wanted to give you guys a little background. I also want to say, do not feel like you have to go out and buy really expensive bougie brands. You don't. Use what you have. Use what works. I did that for the longest. I just had time to collect all of this stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I can't wait to see where this takes me, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye, guys. I'm going to start off today by priming my eyes. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Neutral. The reason why I use concealer as my primer is because I've tried other eye primers before. In my opinion, they're just a little bit too oily, and the oils from the eye primer can make your eyeshadows crease throughout the day and not stay as long. That's ultimately not the goal. So concealer, since it's a little bit tacky, it'll allow the eyeshadows to come together and stay a lot longer. Also, it takes away any discoloration on your eyelids, so that's a plus too. Next, I'm going to go in with the Shade and Light palette and just pick up a color that's my skin tone. I definitely recommend setting your eye concealer for primer, because if you skip this step, your concealer might be a little bit too tacky, and your shadows might go on a little chunky, they might not blend out as good. So I definitely recommend setting your eye primer. Now that we are primed and ready to go, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. This palette is beautiful. I think my order was $42, but there's 35 custom shades. They all have names, and that's by Jaclyn Hill, so you don't know her, she's a great beauty vlogger. Definitely recommend. I'm going to go in with the Morphe M441. This is a long-haired natural blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade right here called Silk Cream. And I'm going to pack this into my crease. I'm going to start with windshield wiper motions on the outside of my crease. And as the product starts to leave my brush, I'm going to bring it into the inner corner. And once there's practically nothing left, I'm going to blend it up to my brow. This transition shade will allow other shadows to go on a lot smoother, so that's why you start off with a neutral color for your skin tone. Next, I'm going to go in with MFEO. It's right next to Silk Cream. It's just a little bit darker. It has more of like a brown taupey undertone. I'm going to do the same exact thing on the same exact brush. Start on the outer corner, windshield wiper motions. Once there's practically nothing left, bring it into the inner corner. The reason why I layer on my transition shades is just to give it more of an ombre effect. Meaning, if you go in with just one shade on in your crease and then one shade on your lid, you will not have the same dimension as you would when you layer colors on. I also believe if you stack on your colors in your transition, it'll just allow the other shadows to blend together more seamlessly than if you have less. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Pukey. It's right underneath MFEO. It has much more of an orangey undertone to it. I'm going to take it on the same exact brush and do the same exact steps. Just because I'm a little extra, I'm going to go in with the shade Buns. On the same brush, I'm going to barely pick up any product and I'm going to tap off the excess. And I'm going to keep this initially on the outer corner, but I want it to be somewhat in my crease. So I'm going to keep it in my crease, but just a lot lower than we did the other shades. I wanted to pop this color in my crease just to give it a little bit more dimension, but also stick to the warm shades. Next, I'm going to go in with a much stiffer brush. This is the Morphe M433. You think I know this by now. And I'm going to go in with the shade Roxanne, which is right underneath Pukey. This brush is a lot more stiff. It's more of a precise blending brush, so you can pack on color a lot more with also getting the aspect of blending. Also, this is just like a side note. I 100% recommend using natural hair brushes when you are blending anything. The natural hairs will pick up a lot of product. It won't go on as like, you know, like in all the places that you want to be really blown out and seamless. Whereas these synthetic brushes will not hold on to as much product, giving you more of a intense look. So whenever you go in with like intense shades on your lid, or if you want to go in with an intense highlight, you can use synthetic. But whenever you want to have like a blown out flawless finish, use natural hair brushes. I'm going to take Roxanne and I'm going to initially dab it on my outer corner. This is a very intense red and these shadows are pigmented. So go in with a little bit at a time because it's much easier to build than it is to take away. And once there's practically no product left, I'm just going to blend a little bit into my crease to make sure that all of our shadows are blended together. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Jax, which is right next to Roxanne. I'm going to stick this even further on the outer corner just to give it more dimension. This will really deepen that red. Again, on that same stiff brush, I'm going to go in with the shade, Chip. I'm going to pack this on my outer V. And it's that spot on like the outer lid and right before your crease. I'm going to take that fluffy brush that we used at the beginning for our transition shades and just go over everything and blend out the edges just to make sure that there are no harsh lines.
You can never be too safe with blending.
Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Firework. There are flecks of orange, gold, and red. It's beautiful, and I think it'll look really good with this look. What I'm going to do is pack my brush.
I am so sorry my audio cut out, so I'm just going to do a quick voiceover for you guys. All I am doing is spraying my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, and this will allow the product to be a lot more intense and a lot more foiled because the product will stick together.
If you do not have MAC Fix Plus, another alternative is if you have eye drops. The ingredients in the eye drops will basically do the same thing.
I love me some full-ass colors.
Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to use the lightest shade in the palette called In Light. And I'm going to take this on a tiny little brush. This is the Morphe E36. Completely unnecessary, but totally worth it. And I'm just going to put that right underneath my brow bone. Next, I'm going to fill in my brows, but I am going to do them off camera. I hate watching people do their brows. But if you want to see me do a brow video, please let me know, and I definitely will. Next, I'm going to go in with some dirty lashes. No! These are lashes from the drugstore. I think they're Kiss Lash. I look totally naked right now. Here we go. I'm just going to give my eyelashes a thin coat of mascara. And this is drugstore mascara. This is the Maybelline Colossal Volume. Now I'm going to go in with my lashes. Do not use tweezers. This is not safe. They come with their own lash tweezers, but they're not as pokey, so it's safer for your eye. So do as I say, do not do as I do. I'm a rebel. One universal mistake a lot of people make when putting on fake eyelashes. Since it's glue, people automatically think, oh my gosh, I gotta put it on really fast before it dries. Wrong. Eyelash glue is totally opposite of how you think of Elmer's glue. You want to wait at least a minute for the glue to dry just a little bit. It'll give it more of a tackiness, and it will stick a lot more smoothly than it will if it's wet. Now that I'm all finished with my eyes, I'm going to go in with my face products now. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. This was a complete impulse buy at Sephora. I guess we'll see how I like it. It's got like this tackiness to it, so like your foundation will stick to it really well, but it also gives you like this radiance. I don't know if you can see. Now I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Stick Foundation in the shade Buff. This is a medium to full coverage, but once you make it full coverage, let me tell you, this bitch is full coverage bulletproof. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe 439 to blend it out. Can't forget the double chin. Next, I'm going to dust just a little bit of translucent powder. This is the Laura Mercier powder. I'm just going to set my face. Ow. I swear more translucent powder ends up on the floor than any of it ends up on your face. Next, I'm going to go back in with concealer just because I feel like my trouble areas aren't as covered as I would like. One trick you can do is if you put a light concealer underneath your pimple, it'll take away that shadow that the pimple will naturally create because of the light, and it will make it look a lot smaller. If you want fuller coverage, go in with your beauty blender. If you go in with a brush, you're kind of dragging the product around, and I feel like it doesn't build your coverage as well. Whenever you go in with a beauty blender, you are staying in the same place and dabbing it right into your skin, so it'll build up that coverage. Another thing you can do is I'm going to go back in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take this yellow shade right in the middle. The color yellow is a color corrector for the color red. Put that right over the concealer that we just applied, and that'll cover up any redness or any discoloration even more. Now I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes. This stuff is so thick that you do not need a lot of product to get a color payoff. I'm also going to bring it up on my forehead, down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and then just a little bit on my chin. If you put a really bright concealer underneath your eyes and then you don't bring it all around the center of your face kind of looks uneven, and it just brings the whole look together. I'm taking this on a damp beauty blender. The dampness of the beauty sponge will pick up any excess product. Next, I'm going to bronze my face, and this is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. I don't even know what brush this is. This is the Face Secrets Bronzer. I got this crap a long time ago. The thing I really like about this bronzer is it's very buildable, so if you go in with a little bit at a time, you can wear it. You can still wear it whenever you're pretty fair, and then once you get a little bit darker, you can build this up.
Sorry, you're gonna have to like pause for like.
Make sure to bring that bronzer not only on your cheeks, but bring it up onto your forehead, just so it brings the look all together, just like the concealer.
My roommate's peeing right now.
Next, I'm going to go in with the Morphe 9B palette. This is just a blush palette. Got it. I got it. I'm going to go in with this top left shade right here and then mix it with this shade. This is just a little bit more orangey, and then this one has just a little bit more sparkle, so I think it'll look really good with the look today. And I'm going to take that on an E4 Morphe brush. This blush is very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way, so just keep that in mind and be careful. Next, I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to take the Becca x Jaclyn Hill highlight called Champagne Pop. It's all busted. I'm going to take this on a Morphe 501 brush. This is a synthetic brush, so the highlight will go on just a little bit more in your face. Oh, yes, God. I'm going to put this right above my eyebrows just to give them more of like a lifted effect, and it'll open up your eyes just a little bit more. Put it on my nose. Put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. If you put highlight on your Cupid's bow, it really gives you the effect of fuller lips, and then a little bit on my chin. Now I'm going to finish off my under eye area, and I'm going to go back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to take a Morphe 432 brush. This is just a flat definer brush, and I'm going to go in with that really dark brown named Chip, and I'm going to stamp that on my lower lash line. Take this color about halfway in. To blend it all out, I'm going to take an E18 brush and blend it all out with Pukey, which is just one of those neutral browns. And I'm going to really smoke out my under eye. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of Roxanne, just because I want to put a little bit of that red color into my under eye. I'm going to take this teeny tiny little brush that we used to highlight underneath our brow. It's the E36. And I'm going to take just a little bit more of in light and put it in my inner corner. Now I'm just going to coat my lashes with some mascara. This is the same mascara I used to coat my top lashes before. Lastly, I'm going to fill in my lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Crush. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't want my lips to be too like extravagant because my eye makeup is so intense. And then to top it all off, I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I've heard some pretty good things about this, so I wanted to go out and try it myself. Douse myself in it. And then last but not least, whenever I was at Sephora and I impulse bought that primer that I used for my face, it also came with this. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. So I just wanted to give myself just a little extra glow, because why not? That is it for the look, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've been wanting to do this forever, so this is like almost like a dream come true, even though it's just begun. So this is going to be so much fun. I can already feel it. I'm already like ready to go. I already have so many different looks in mind. If you have any looks that you want to see, please leave that down in my comment section below. Every product that I use today, I will link it in my description box just in case you want to try any products out. By no means do you feel like you need to, but just in case you do, I will link them down below. I know I'm new to YouTube, so if you have any constructive criticism for me, I would love to read it. Just leave that down in my comment section below as well. But if you want to be a jackass, then get your ass out, because I'm going to stop babbling. I know this video is going to be like 20 trillion minutes long, but I honestly don't care. Thank you so much for watching. Please give my video a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.